96.7 The Beat, the A's, hip hop and R&B. What's happening? ATL. I am Moran, the man, and I'm in the presence of Algee Smith. What's going on,
Man,
dog?
what's up, Moran? What's going on with you, bro?
Man, I'm good. I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? You here
Yeah.
kicking it with me. So let's really, get into you because this is about you because
sure.
most of us got introduced to you through the big screen.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? You played that role, Ralph Transvance,
Yeah.
New Edition movie, and I got to say,
Yeah.
you definitely did your thing.
Thank you, bro.
When I see you act, and when I listen to your music, you've clearly been doing all of this for a while.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been doing music since I was 9 years old.
Okay.
I didn't start acting until I was 15 years old, and I'm at the point now to where both of my crafts, I need respect in both of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do either one if I can't have the same amount of respect. So I'm working really hard on the music side to get people to just understand me more as an artist.
Understand. So how did you really fall into music? Were you in the church?
Yeah, so I grew up in the church, but,
Okay.
my dad, man, my pops, he still does all of my production to this day. We still a team. We call ourselves the Chemistry. He really introduced me to music. He put me in the studio when I was 9. And then from there, I just started writing my own stuff, and he started kind of crafting and molding me and prepping me for what it is right now, to be honest.
Well, so what was that like? Did your dad just say, "Hey, you're my son, so you're gonna sing," or were you already singing as a kid? Like,
so I was already interested in music, but I just needed that extra push to get in the studio. So he already had seen that I was, starting to pick up on certain things. So him and my moms was just like, it's that time to go ahead and start getting them a little further advanced. I'm really grateful for that because everybody don't got that. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's it like working with your dad? Like, do y'all use Fruity Loops? Like, what do y'all do?
Yeah, so my
'cause
pops,
I'm thinking, if that's your pops, I'm thinking analog. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
That's what I'm thinking.
he said back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking. Like, shoot.
No, so he mainly he tracks out in Logic, and then we record our vocals in Pro Tools. And that's how we've been doing it for years. So that's what works best for us, Logic, and then throw it over in Pro Tools.
Okay, absolutely. So seeing how you have made it clear that you want to get your respect in music, have you had any scenarios where you felt like you've been shortchanged up to this point?
No, I don't think it's shortchanged, man. I think everything is based on timing, and it just the higher power wanted the acting to pop off for me first, and that's been the way that I've been introduced. So now it's just that pressure on me to where my hustle has to maximize to get my name out there as a music artist as well, and I got to work just as hard as the machine that's pushing me on the acting side. So,
Got you. So when it comes to music and acting, like, how is it for you to separate the two? Because we have a lot of artists today that do both. You got Childish Gambino. Even on the pop side, we got Haley Steinfeld. So how is it for you balancing out both?
For me, I make it a thing to where every day one day I may dedicate some time to acting, and I may do 3 auditions in that day or study a script. The next day I may give all my time to music. So I try to have a even balance and give each of them the proper time that they need. But you're right, man. It's a hard thing because a lot of people just have one thing, like music artists. They just wake up and they just go for music all week instead of having to split your brain and be like, okay, I got to dedicate this time to this and then dedicate this time to this. Like, it's different, but it's worth it when you look at the long run and what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. So how did you really get into acting? Because you don't just wake up one day and now I'm Ralph Transvance. Like, that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? That don't happen. So, like, how did you really get into acting?
I think for me, one of my biggest inspirations growing up was Will Smith, like a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Watching Fresh Prince, but
you slick kind of look like him too, bro.
Bro, I get that a lot, bro. I get either Will or Lorenz Tate all the time.
Bro, let me find out Jada Smith, your brother, though.
Bro, look, man, I need that check. Child support. I'm waiting on it.
Where you at, Jada? Will?
No, but I think I was just kind of, I don't know, it must have just already been in me, bro, because when I went to my acting agent at 15, she signed me the first day she met me, and she ain't know nothing about me. So that right there just kind of let me know, all right, I got something that this industry, you know what I'm saying, is kind of looking for, or what you need to even break into it at least.
Right.
So from then on, I just started sharpening my craft. I just had a natural thing for it. And then when you start sharpening your skills, then you just get better and better.
Absolutely. Because, when we watched the movie, so many people, because like my mom even, she was a big New Edition fan.
Yeah.
And she literally said all of y'all as a crew, y'all made them feel like they were back in the 80s.
Right?
Nah, it's the truth. Like, that's what they said. Like,
crazy,
they made y'all
bro.
feel like, y'all made them feel like they were back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So what was that audition like? Like, were you nervous? Were you...
Man, so real quick, the first audition I had was when I was still living here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And just to give y'all a little brief story, at the end of 2015, right after that first New Edition audition. When I went to it, I auditioned for Mike at first.
audition.
Yeah, New Edition audition. I auditioned for Mike Bivens, and it was horrible. I bombed it. Robbie Reed was like, which is the casting director, she asked if I could stay and audition for Ralph, so I did. After the audition, I put it out of my mind. I made a decision to come out to L.A. at the end of 2015 on faith, had barely any money in my pocket, and I gave myself 30 days to make something happen without the New Edition in my mind anymore because I had already left the audition behind me.
Right.
So I'm out in L.A. hustling. I ain't really making no bread, trying to get stuff together. By the end of that 30 days, New Edition ended up calling me back. I had a callback audition, which I ended up booking, and I ain't been able to leave L.A. ever since then. So
that's tight.
It's just a story of faith and just kind of like the way God works is crazy, man.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you,
That's an amazing story. That's very incredible,
sure.
man.
Thank
Congratulations to you. So we all gotta talk about the infamous "If It Isn't Love" scene, right? We gotta talk about that scene because that video, the original video as a whole, is pretty epic to this day.
Yeah.
What was the practice like for that video? Like that shoot, what was that like?
Bro, we had 8 hours a day practice.
Jesus.
For almost 3 weeks, which isn't a long time when you think about it. To get what they had years to get down, we had about 3 to 4 weeks to get it down. But 8 hours a day, sometimes no water. We're looking like we don't get water. Nah, they didn't get water. Like, what, bro? Like, bro, we're not them, bro.
Yet.
Not yet, you know what I'm saying? But it was they put us through the real training that the actual group New Edition went through so we can be able to appreciate that and take it for what it is and not shortchange it or only give less than. They made us rehearse fully so we could perform fully.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we see in the end, clearly paid off.
Thank you, man.
Absolutely. So what gotta come first? The Grammy or the Oscar? What gotta come first?
Man, I need them at the same time, same year. Come on, I need them. But that Grammy just a little closer to my heart though, because of music. But yeah, I need them both for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So going back into your music, is there anybody that you have on your list that you just gotta work with?
I want to work with everybody, bro. To be honest with you, I want to work with a lot of writers, a lot of producers. I'm a fan of a lot of people, bro. So I can't even just start naming. But to be honest, I've briefly worked with R. Kelly before, but we wasn't in the same room. But we worked on the same song, so I can be able to say that. You know what I'm saying? I put some writing on that song, but
that's tight.
I want to get in and really have a session with him. I feel like he's a GOAT. Like he's one of the greatest of our time for sure. With his writing, with his voice. Of course, you got like people that's popping out. Drake, got Ty Dolla $ign. I just want to work with everybody that's creative in the mix for sure.
That's absolutely. Hey, it's possible. You know what I'm saying? You
for
just
sure.
randomly went to LA on faith.
Right.
And now you're out. So it's all good. It's all good. So getting back into your acting, like, is there any type of movie you have to do? Like, I don't know, a blockbuster thriller, a horror movie. You know what I'm saying? Is there any type of movie? Yo, I got to do this type.
Good question. I gotta do a superhero movie. I have to be.
Okay, Wakanda forever.
You feel what I'm saying? I don't know who I want to be yet, but I've been putting that out there for a little bit of time. But and to be honest, in my acting career, I kind of wanted to resemble Will Smith in a way because I feel like he touched every genre. Like he did romantic comedies, he did futuristic with iRobot. You know what I'm saying? He did I Am Legend. Like he did a bunch of different things. 7 Pounds, Pursuit of Happiness. That made you look at him in different lights and show that he's, you know what I'm saying, he's versatile. So I kind of want my career to follow that way and on the acting side.
In due time.
For sure, bro.
In due time. So you brought us some new music. Talk to us about this record, man.
So this new song I got right now is called Go Bay. It's a single off my mixtape Flight Delayed that's out right now on SoundCloud.
Hey.
I also dropped a video a couple weeks ago to a song called Spendin' that's also on Flight Delayed. But Go Bay is real, man. It's real. It's appreciation for women. That's what I'm trying to bring back in my music. Just show that we still love women. We appreciate them and making them feel good. So that's what Go Bay is about. And also, I got a movie coming out October 19th. It's called The Hate You Give. I don't know if you've seen the trailer to it yet, but it stars Amanda Stenberg, Issa Rae, Russell Hornsby, Regina Hall. And it's based on a best-selling novel called The Hate You Give, where a 16-year-old black girl named Star sees her best friend get killed by a police officer.
Okay.
So then she has to speak up and find her voice and fight for justice. And so it's real good, man. It's real creative, and it's also something very important for our time right now. So.
Absolutely, I agree. How do you feel about everything that's going on in the world as a whole? Because we really are in a long ass retrograde, I feel.
Yeah,
so how do you feel about everything that's going on, from the news, politics, whatever?
That's a good question. I don't think anybody feels at peace. I definitely don't feel at peace. I feel like it's a lot of bull crap, as anybody else does, when we scrolling on our phones and and that stuff just constantly in our face. But also we get pretty desensitized to it as well because we're just so used to scrolling. You know what I'm saying? I think there's always two forces, man. There's good and there's evil. You know what I'm saying? And we just see a lot of the evil all the time. That's just kind of what this world is kind of used to. We run to that before we run to the good, in a sense. But I don't think I just think love is a force that can't be broken, that can move a lot of things. So I'm just a believer in moving in love wherever I go, wherever I can input my love. That may change something, that may not. But you know what I'm saying? I feel like we have a long way to go for sure, and we just got to be on the same mindset. People got to be willing to grow and willing to break their minds to learn new things. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Has any of the things that's going on in the world right now inspired your art?
For sure. It's inspired the way I take roles. All the killings from Trayvon Martin, from every single one, that inspires the way I look at which job I want to take. So when I took The Hate You Give, I was like, okay, this is going on. This is important. There's families that have went through this. You know what I'm saying? So I can speak. I can be a vessel by acting out this part to help bring them some peace. You know what I'm saying? Or like in Detroit, when those people actually went through those real life things from some of that racism that we're still seeing today. That was my way of, I feel like, giving back or being a vessel to speak to those people. So.
That's real. And I feel like with the Detroit role, I feel like that was one of those type of moments that was very teachable because we all know about the Detroit riots and how that happened, but I feel like a lot of people don't know why it happened up until that movie because, you know, a lot of people were just thinking that people were just wilding. And now we got this piece of art that really breaks down, okay, this is why X, Y, and Z happened.
This is why it broke down,
exactly. So it's good to see that you're able to use your art to teach and inspire and, you know, uplift. That's dope.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, good, man. Nah, hey, man, you creating for us. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. I need y'all just as much as y'all need this, bro. Trust me.
Hey,
I need y'all.
It's just a circle of networking. We all here to help each other.
For real, bro.
Real talk. So what are some advice that you can give to the next up-and-coming something? I want to act, I want to do music. I just want to make it. What are some advice that you can give?
Any advice that I would give to anybody that's trying to break into the entertainment business or whatever type of business you're trying to break into, study your craft. Sacrifice is going to be a big thing. Not going out, not going everywhere. Everybody won't understand that, but sacrificing a lot of your time to stay on your craft pays off. Even if it's 3 minutes a day that you spend on your craft, that's still time on your craft. Now you can take it further and depend on how good you want to be and make it, instead of 3 minutes, 30 minutes to an hour, but just stay on your craft, sacrifice, and be open to learning. That's it.
Absolutely, man. Good words, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Well, congratulations to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
All your success. Keep rocking. Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, music. This is your time. Plug all that.
Let's go. So Instagram at it's Algee, ITSALGEE. You can find me there. Also on Twitter, same name. Facebook, Algee Smith. YouTube, Algee Smith. SoundCloud, Algee Smith.
Hey.
Go check out that new record, Go Bay.
Go Bay. And we actually finna get into it right now, man. I'm Moran, the man. Algee Smith, 96.7 The Beat. Let's get into this music. We out.